Hey Lily, good morning. Mr. Kelly here. From World History 2 Honors, we miss you, and I hope you're feeling better. A lot of kids are getting sick, so I feel for you. Kind of not surprised though. I just hope you feel better soon. We started class yesterday with a hilarious joke that I made up, so I'll tell you the joke so that you also get to laugh. It's super funny. Also, sorry my webcam's it's not working. I don't know what's going on, so you don't get to see my smiling face. Sorry, I know you're disappointed. Alright, you know Sarah West has horses, or maybe you didn't know that, but she likes to ride horses and care for horses. So, I just thought of this on the spot. I'm telling you, I was really proud of myself. Why did the three-legged horse get put in the barn? Because it wasn't stable. I think that's not bad, actually. Nobody laughed, but I think deep down inside they thought it was funny. Okay, World History 2. What are we doing here? So we started class yesterday with geography. What you want to make sure you're up to breast on is the Northern European countries. So use these two games right here on Cetera to test yourself, I guess, to practice. The countries right here, you should fill these out, the countries and the capitals. I don't have an answer key there, Lily, so check with me or check with somebody maybe when you come back if you have any questions. I mean, honestly, you can also just bring up a map and check to make sure you have the correct country locations and capitals. And that should be that. So spend some time, maybe 15 minutes a day. Maybe you already know those countries, so then you don't need to spend much time. Maybe some of the capitals, though, if you don't know them. I'll just leave it up to you. It's an ongoing thing, and hopefully you're learning along the way. All right, so then yesterday, Lily, was a special day on planet Earth because the 8 billionth person was born. Not ever, but we now have over 8 billion people in the world, and I just created this document. Oh, it's not going to come up here. I didn't want to look at that. Well, I won't bring it up. It's just sort of an extra thing that we looked at, but it is pretty fascinating when you look at the growth of humankind in the past 12,000 years. In some ways, kind of cool. Some ways, kind of scary. Check it out. And you don't need to submit anything. You don't need to turn it in. It's just something to look at. Okay, then from there, we went and we read about the legacy of two dictators in the country of Turkmenistan. Now, the reason we looked at this article is because of these statues that the leaders there have created. It's very clear from their statues that they think very highly of themselves and that they would like the people of their country to think highly of them and to make sure that they don't forget who they are. That's all gold right there, Lily. But that's not all. This statue actually moves. Read through the article to find out what happens with this statue and what makes it so incredible. All right, so this is kind of the setup. We were reading about these monuments. They're modern-day monuments to these presidents because later on I want you to make a monument. All right, we are studying the concept of absolutism, divine right and centralization of power, and we're going to look at some absolutist leaders in Europe. Think of what the word absolute means. completely 100% total. An absolute leader has total or complete or 100% control over their country. You're going to answer these questions, which I don't think you have. Not super difficult here, Lily. Click on the Google Slides here to get some answers. I'm not against you Googling it as well, but it's probably easier if you just do it here. Next, these are the 6 absolutist leaders that we cover in World History 2, and that's not to say that they're the only ones, but they're the ones covered in our standards. And I mean, look at some of the controls they had over the people in their countries. Again, it's the same slide deck. Check it out and give some information about each of these monarchs. Next up, I want you to select one. So you just read a little bit about each one of them. Choose one that is interesting to you, and you're going to read more about them. Maybe it's Peter the Great, maybe it's Louis the 14th, or Louis the 4th of France and Elizabeth the 1st. Louis the 14th, not Louis the 4th. Frederick the Great, Catherine the Great, kind of going out of order here, but the idea is you choose somebody that you're interested in and tell me some information. Tell me 5 pieces of information that you learned from the reading. It's a 1-page reading. Step C, look at the monuments that we have right here in Washington, D.C., and tell me which one you liked the most. And then finally, step D, well, not finally, but step D, you're going to create a monument to one of these people, whoever you choose. It's not an art project. It's not important that it even looks great. What is important is that you show me what the person looks like, or you scratch that. Not that you show me what they look like. Tell me what they're about in your monument. So like if I was to make a monument about Elizabeth Bell, okay, I would make a monument that somehow shows Virginia, maybe Falls Church, shows you're a student, things about you in your life. If it was a monument about Mr. Kelly, it might have, again, Virginia, and it would have maybe my wife and my children would somehow be represented, and an American flag because I'm American, and maybe I would be holding a hockey stick. I hope this makes sense to you. Look at these people and look what they did in their life and give me some symbols about them. You can create a monument on like a Google slide or a Google Draw. You could even draw it and then take a picture of it and insert the photo here. Or if it's a Google Draw or slide, you could insert the hyperlink right here just so that I can see it. If it's too confusing, if this doesn't make sense, let me know. We'll figure it out. And then answer the follow-up questions. There's a little bit more geography down here. Use a map and then finish it off with an analogy. Absolutism is like, because. All right, Lily, so we are finishing absolutism. We really kind of finished it yesterday. I'm not going to give too much more time to finish this in class, if any time. And then we're going to move on to sort of the opposite of absolutism. When the people of Europe start realizing, you know what, I don't think we want our monarchs to have this much power. We should hold them accountable. We should have something that is more democratic. So that's what we're going to hit up on Thursday. Instead of absolutism, it's called constitutionalism. I'll post more about constitutionalism in the next day or so. And if we need to, I'll come on and record another video, or you and I can meet on a Zoom. I just thought this would be easier than sending you an email. Anyway, Lily, above all else, I hope you feel better. Get plenty of rest, drink plenty of fluids, and you'll be all right. We'll see you soon, okay? Take care, and let me know if you have any questions.